This is So Like You Know, the podcast your mother warned you about.
Are you crazy? These kids could really hurt themselves with this stuff.
Oh, God, I thought that was absolutely dreadful.
What's up? How's it going, Facebook? How's it going, Spreaker? And everyone else who ends up listening to it later. This is So Like You Know, the podcast your mother warned you about. I'm Bo.
And I'm JP.
Yeah! And we're your favorite hosts with the most. That is not copyrighted. Who said the host with the most? What is that?
I'm pretty sure it's something else.
Something, either way. But either way, if you guys have been around for a while, you know we do a live show every Thursday at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time right here on Spreaker.com/SLYK Radio. We're also on Facebook.com/SLYK Radio and Twitter and all kinds of other stuff. But you know you love us. So come and talk to us because we love you. Woo. So, but yes, as you guys know, we like to start out our show with the craft brew
In review.
while I tag people, JP will very, very quickly tell you about a beer that has next to no information.
Today we are drinking the Persique Saison from Avery Brewing Company. It is a 6.4 ABV. Well, obviously it's a Saison. And the description reads, a classic Saison. Dry, crisp, fruity, spicy, and refreshing with a dose of summer. Peaches!
Pages!
There's an exclamation point there. That's it. That's it.
Maybe Persique is a peach farm.
Possibly.
Kind of like Venatucci has the Venatucci pumpkin.
I wish they had more info about it. Like,
Yeah,
why is
well,
it
you
called
know.
what it's called?
You had even gone online and it was still like, it was the exact information that was on the can.
On the actual website. So it's very...
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Where is Avery located?
Colorado.
It's in Colorado. Oh, I see it.
Yep.
Boulder. Is that what it
Boulder.
says?
There we go.
Closer by you.
It's like, why can I hear us?
Well, maybe if you guys come visit me, we could do a brewery tour, and we could go see
will.
Avery.
You know our schedule.
Yeah.
Left hand.
You just gotta have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday available.
I have Sundays usually.
There you go. Get drunk on a Sunday, try to work on a Monday.
Did it on a Tuesday.
True.
Get drunk Saturday night. Well, I could take Saturday off.
Take it off! Take it off!
Shell, you need to stop posting photos of adorable doggos.
Yeah.
I can't
Are
handle
you
it.
gonna get a doggo?
No.
You should.
You should.
There's this really awesome German Shepherd, Duncan, who is available for adoption.
That's too big.
Huh?
Too big for me. JP wants to write it.
Oh, he's a pretty small German too.
There's no such thing as a small German. Look at me.
Haha, you know what I mean.
I do.
Anywho, if you guys want to know more about Duncan, let me know. I'll get you in touch with the place that is adopting him.
Yeah.
Shell's got the
He's
hookup.
awesome.
Word.
He's awesome. He's so
So-
cute.
Someone should tell people about our awesome sponsor.
Shell.
Let me go back to the notes. Sorry. I was trying to make
Show post.
post. Anywho, our awesome sponsor, speaking of pre-making posts, which sometimes I do on my phone, if you're looking to protect your $600 investment, aka your phone, you should probably pick up your Hang-Ins today. It's a handy device that attaches to any phone with a case without any modifications, allowing you to strap it to your neck, your wrist, your purse, your backpack, and it keeps it from falling to the ground. Only $4.99 with free shipping, so go online to our website and click the link and you can get your Hang-Ins today. That's Hang-Ins, Hanginz.
Yay!
I did the mic check, and it stopped working just before the show.
Good stuff.
Always. Fucking always.
Speaker's good for now.
I turned on the crap mic, so... I did this thing where we have like a spare mic now. So it just turns on any mic at all.
Oh. That's real dumb.
Yeah. So I'll figure it out. It's probably just a driver issue. Let's see.
Anyways, should we keep talking?
Yeah, keep talking.
Keep talking. Up next is the Slick Feed.
Where we geek on your week.
And it feels good.
Surprise, right in the week.
Oh.
Did not, wasn't expecting that. Now I have a lazy eye.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It was like a triple surprise.
So, sorry about the audio issues. Like I said, it worked up to about 5 minutes before the show. This is what happens when you only have like hundreds of dollars of recording equipment and not thousands. So, but it's okay. Like I said, I made a backup this time, so I just click a button and we have a mic regardless.
Yeah.
It may not sound too great until I get the right one working, but I realize that because I'm smart. Anyways, so if you guys have been paying attention to all kinds of cool sciencey stuff, I saw this recently on IFL Science on Facebook. There has been a new study done at the University of Montreal and McGill University, where I don't know where that is, but it sounds like a tavern, that has shown a correlation between first-person shooter games and the loss of gray matter in the hippocampus. The hippocampus being the very pivotal part of your brain that turns short-term memory into long-term memory. So it is dramatically affecting people in that. Now this study was done on 18 to 30-year-olds who had not played games previously. And then it was only first-person shooters. Other games that weren't like that, without the aggression or that kind of like hand-eye coordination, specifically, didn't have the same effect.
I'd imagine like platformers.
Yeah.
Could do that.
So, and it really was. It was just the first-person shooters that was specifically attacking. Because they were doing, like, puzzle games, games like Dota.
No. Bring Chad over.
Chad? Oh, chat. Yes. I was like, Chad? So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of disheartening when you hear stuff like that. So it just means
that you guys like to play as the first-person shooters.
It's
Not
some
really.
of it.
Some of it. I feel like it's a lot of it.
Yeah, you're a liar.
What, like me first-person shooters?
Let's see. I guess Warframe isn't technically one, but it really is. You got Warframe, Overwatch, Destiny. What other first-person shooters do you play?
Those two are it.
Those three?
You're not really shooting in Warframe. You're using your powers more than anything. It's like Warframe is like having your super up in Destiny all the time and using it.
Yeah, but the whole thing is it's still a first-person shooter, though. I don't know. I think it's more of like...
It's third person.
I'd have to look more at it. Because I can't imagine why having a small character right here would change your brain and how it functions with it. Because that's the only difference, is there's a character right here. Because your shooting icon is still right in front of your reticle.
Yeah, because it's probably imitating... Like, first-person shooters try to imitate what you would see through your eyes. Like, third person, you're controlling an avatar. So you, like... I don't know. There's probably, like, different synapses that fire off when looking through their eyes than actually just looking at how you look.
So I don't know.
I also feel like, too, what first-person shooters, it's point and shoot. Like, your object and goal is to kill the other person or anything in front of you, right?
That's not all of them, but generally.
For the most part.
Generally.
Other games, like I mean, even any of the Zelda games, like they're puzzles and riddles, and like you have to use other parts of your brain.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. Is it's
So
you're basically
most
tying
first-person shooters. It's capture the flag or battle royale.
Yeah, basically. So, but I mean, it's one of those things is that there's a lot of different parts of your brain that you can use, but when you are playing a first-person shooter specifically, there really isn't much focus unless you're like. Now, the other thing too is that they chose people who hadn't gamed before.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to. You're not really sure as whether or not this is directly related to this group solely, and they're getting this because their brains are now focused on trying to figure out strategy to something they've never done before, getting aggressive and feeling anger towards something they've never experienced before. So that was going to be kind of my point, is that it's not really a controlled study, because you'd have to also test gamers who.
What would your control be? Would your control be like a regular gamer?
It would have to be a regular gamer. So it'd have to be.
The control would have to be someone who's never. They're trying to see if a brain that has never experienced the video games before.
Well, right.
Does it deteriorate because of the gameplay?
That's
you
true.
You can't have someone who already has the damage.
You would have to, because the thing is that it's partial damage.
The control has to be the neutral, like the beginning.
But the beginning might also be someone who's gamed. That's the problem, is that so you're taking someone who's been gaming their whole life. That is almost a control, because that is what they know. That's their standard.
That could be their benchmark.
Yeah, because that's their benchmark is because if that person hasn't had the same kind of loss of gray matter in the hippocampus, if they haven't had that same issue, then you're basically finding out that really what it is first-person shooters towards a new gamer, because it's a different type of learning for them. So it might be damaging in that sort of frame. That would be what I'd like to see more out of the study, is that they would have to do really 3 groups. So the complete and total non-gamer, but still are relatively active in life. You'd have to have the new gamer, then you have to have the long-term gamer. Because those really are the 3 main groups. So, I don't know. That's just what I think.
Noobs, casual, and hardcore.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Eric?
What's up, man? Also, hello everyone else in there.
Hello.
So, because really there isn't a yes and no with games. There never has been.
Right.
Yeah. Either way,
everybody's brain is stimulated differently too.
That's true. I mean, and the control groups and the change groups, you'd really have to be. They would have to be so varying, and you'd have to find people of similar brain patterns, even to get a real solid control. I can understand to be a broad variance and try to figure it out, but you never really know. But I would be interested to see if they were to do more with this study, to really see how it would affect the brain. Because, I mean, it's one of those things, like, I was watching Vsauce recently, and it was on YouTube Red, because I finally was like, screw it, I'm going to try the free thing. But he was talking about those the rage rooms. We just go in and beat the crap out of stuff. And they were talking about those, is that studies have found, and then he did a study as well, where, the rage and aggression actually taught the brain to reward itself with more rage so that you could go beat more stuff up. Whereas people who did like constructive things, aka puzzles or boxing, stuff that was in a controlled environment. So that's what I was saying, is like
a rage room isn't that a controlled environment? It's just like you're for this specific amount of time you're going to do whatever you want, not just blatantly flip out on something. So they're trying to control your rage, just like in boxing. It's more of an outlet than just like you paid the money to go into that room. You're going to be doing this activity. So,
But the other thing too is that you're not defined on what you can break, how much you can break. Because the one in Vsauce specifically, there was a lady who's breaking all the vases and jars and stuff. Then there was the dude who broke all the vases, jars, shelving, started tearing into the walls. So that's the only reason why it's not totally controlled. In that specific scenario, I guess would be.
yeah, but he wasn't that part of an experiment, not an actual rage room where you pay for it. And
Well, I don't know. That's a good point. But it was still controlled, even though I don't know. There's a lot of different aspects that would have to be explored. But but my point on that is that the gray matter issue could be tied into aggression as well. So we really don't. That would be the part I'd like to see them really focus on, is the aggression and the adrenaline, factors. And if that's really kind of what's pushing it and changing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but either way, it's pretty crazy. We totally did, Eric, and we're going to talk about that in the Slick 2 for sure. But yeah, what are we at? Oh, so crazy things. The plague. The thing that killed 1.4 million people or something like that in England in the 1400s has recently found in the U.S. So yeah, that's pretty fun.
yeah, last reported case was 2012 though, in the U.S.
So I mean, it's a little different now because we have control over stuff like that. At least disease control centers can, but it's still pretty crazy that we think something's been eradicated. In a contemporary society, you think it's been eradicated. Yeah, in humans at least, and then suddenly it comes just flashing in every once in a while just to remind you, hey, you're mortal. So, I don't know. Pretty crazy. I thought it was nuts that, it's like a flash from the past in a certain way. Next bit. Someone else talk about it. I'm talking a lot. Okay, no one's going to talk about it.
Sorry, hold on. I just, one thing I wanted to just say that I saw just now. Solar eclipse traffic on I-25 and I-70 could be as bad as 6 Broncos games letting out at once.
Holy hell.
That's going to be happening on the 21st, which is going to be a Sunday?
Yeah, so it's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
But it's going to be in the
Monday.
middle of the day, and we're going to be at work, so it'll be just fine.
It'll be like between 10 and 11. But, yeah, it's supposed to be really bad. Really bad. And, they have the signs on the road, they all say,
please keep driving.
Expect heavy solar eclipse traffic Friday through.
Are they posting that up in Denver on, the digital billboards?
Yeah, on the digital boards, and up here in northern Colorado, it's everywhere. Because you can see it's in totality, in, Casper and Laramie, Wyoming, which, when you're up this far, that's only, an hour and a half.
Yeah, we're about 3.5 hours from Casper in the Springs.
I mean, it's probably a little bit longer than that.
No.
Maybe 2 hours, but yeah.
Oh, for
2
you,
hours
yeah.
from me, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm still excited to see that, though.
I'll be at work, but I'll be outside, so I think I'm going to pick up some welding goggles.
I'll be walking outside to check it out.
Right.
Yeah, because I've been seeing online everyone's apparently sold out. I picked mine up as soon as I heard it was coming. So I was like, oh, hey, I'm gonna spend 53 cents on these shades.
Right. Sold out.
I wish I had
then
a piece of
there's
cobalt
also
still.
the people
There
who
you
are
go.
selling 5-pack of solar eclipse glasses in the buy and sell groups. $75 for all 5. It's a steal because the 5-pack is $100 on Amazon. It's most places are giving those same ones out for free, or they're $2.
Yeah, or you can go to Harbor Freight and spend $5 on the welding goggles, like you were saying.
Exactly. And then you have a really cool steampunk accessory.
Yep.
Exactly.
But a solar eclipse, what happens every 21
I don't think another one's happening for us in our lifetime, though.
Oh,
It was something like that. Is that it's going to be like 75 years or something before the next one happens.
Mm-hmm.
So some crazy number. It's like, wow, it's like a Halley's Comet event kind of thing here. So I mean, it's pretty awesome though. So make sure you don't miss it. If you're driving around and suddenly the world goes dark, you didn't go blind. Yeah. But speaking of space stuff, with its 40th anniversary coming,
woo! Shots.
yeah, shots to that.
Shots. I will do a shot tonight.
You got a shot, Shell?
Uh-huh.
Go get it quick.
No, I did.
Oh, you got it. All right, shots. Pink.
Oh, I already took it, guys.
Ah.
Yeah, you did.
Ah.
I heard that, JP.
What?
What?
Who said what now? How dare you, Spirit?
Ah.
She is a lady.
Dude, Jameson doesn't... It just makes my mouth go, what the fuck are you doing? But then it smooths out and I'm like, oh, that's what you did. Don't do that again. It was good, but don't do it again. Either way, with its 40th anniversary coming, NASA asked Twitter community to send messages to Voyager 1.
You never ask the internet for anything, unless it's cat videos.
Voyager 1, which is our farthest traveled space vehicle right now, is going to be receiving messages for a little bit longer. But all kinds of inspirational messages came in, like, love is all you need. Dude, can we have our album back? And then mostly it was flooded with send nudes. So yeah, you already missed out on it, so don't go, god damn it, hopping in there trying to get your send nudes tweet out. But yeah, so send nudes was one of the top responses to NASA that we want to send out to Voyager so it can store it in its database and the aliens can be like, these people are freaky.
And I like it.
We're going to go hang out with them. Sex-crazed individuals. Suki, don't lick the floor. You look stupid.
You sex-crazed individual, Susie.
Yeah, no. No. She's going to comment once and be like, why am I in here? But, so, if you guys didn't know, Voyager right now is 12 billion miles from Earth, which is absolutely amazing. It's about 5 billion miles further than Pluto even is. So, absolutely mind-boggling.
The speed that it travels at is mind-boggling.
Yeah, 38,000 miles per hour.
It's hauling ass.
I mean, you really got to think about how amazing it is that they really talk about the amount of space dust and particles that are actually out there. The fact that it hasn't hit anything that has completely obliterated it at that speed is awesome.
There's probably like solar burn on that, like just from being all the space that's hitting it.
Oh, from the UV radiation just hitting the backside of it constantly? Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. So, I mean, it's just absolutely insane. And it's cool that our generation is part of this endeavor. It started in 1986 or 82. I don't know, 40 years ago. So, 77. 38 inches. So, it's just absolutely mind-boggling, you know? Miles per hour. Speed of sound versus mile per hour. Huh. So, you want to see how
what Mach speed it is?
So, what is, yeah, I'll figure it out. JP's looking up what the Mach speed of that, that is. So, Mach 57? Holy shit. What is it, Mach 6?
That's the fastest that we can go.
Yeah. Can you imagine Like, they designed the electronics to handle that kind of everything. In the 70s, they did that. That's amazing. So, I don't know. Cool stuff. It's space. Actually, the first job I always wanted to be when I was a little kid was a astronaut. That was like my first thing I remember wanting to do. Then it was engineer.
I wanted to be a soldier.
Born and raised, man. You
Check.
got there. Was robotics technician on your next on your list?
Selling out humanity for our robotic leaders? Yes.
Oh, there we go. Shell, would you sell out humanity to robots?
Sell out humanity to robots? Probably not.
Ah, traitor.
No, she's not a traitor. I'm a turncoat.
Speaking of selling out robot or humanity to robots, world's top Dota 2 player, Danleo Dendi, was beaten within 10 minutes by the AI called OpenAI.
So sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
I mean, and that's...
He actually refused, or he resigned the second game and refused to play a third, right?
So, Dendi is actually a top class like Dota 2 player. With for over his career, he's earned over $740,000 throughout his Dota career. So he's considered really good. OpenAI only had 2 weeks to practice with Dota, and like during the match, you can actually hear him say, "Stop bullying me."
Yeah.
I mean,
OpenAI was a joint venture by Elon Musk and Sam Altman, and
yeah,
all of this just happened shortly after Elon has warned that we're going to be dealing with an AI uprising.
Yeah, if we're not careful.
Guys,
Yeah.
all I could picture is the iRobot with Will Smith, like. I don't know. Or oh my god, the movie AI.
oh yeah,
That movie was so good.
it really was. It was a badass movie.
Oh, fucking good. Cry every time.
You trying to get some beer there, Hero? You like Jameson? No.
But like, I mean, there's been all sorts of like new AIs that people, like companies, have been creating. Like Google has one, or maybe even a couple. And doesn't Amazon have an AI too?
Lexi?
Yeah.
Alexa?
Alexa.
Alexa. Well, I wouldn't necessarily like.
Well, Facebook has their AI that they shut down.
like
Racist.
free thinking AI. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you said that racist. Is that going to be the new thing? like consider the problems we're having right now. Is
what
it
did
gonna?
I say?
Well, JP had said he said like racist.
No, because like the Facebook like AI turned racist.
It did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I was just thinking, I was like, is that going to be the new thing that people are fighting for in the streets soon? Like right now, it's like all the other assholes. But is that going to be something that pops up? Like people are going to be like, my computer has a soul, and you can't tell it what to do.
No,
Don't call it
no.
it. It is a he, and he said it was.
The next one's going to be, don't call it a he.
It's an it.
It's
God, I hope not.
It's software neutral.
Software neutral. Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm not picking
That's right,
on that
Suki. It was a bad
community.
joke. Get out of here.
I'm not picking on that community. I'm just saying it's like there are people who will take it to that point.
Right.
That they're going to be like, don't impose a gender on my software. Because it's going to happen. Because there's always, there's that community, which I can completely understand. Well, I don't understand, but that's your prerogative. But then there's the extremists who are just crazy. They're going to defend AI like that. So, I don't know. It's goofy and it's crazy, and I wouldn't be surprised if the AI uprising did happen. Because, I mean, you had the Facebook created its own language, DeepMind created its own language. Mm-hmm. All of them are beating humans in all kinds of thought thought-provoked games and stuff like that.
Strategy games, yeah. I don't know.
It is a thing, not a person. It is a toaster. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things, is that we're creating a system that is more intelligent than we are. So
its capabilities to continuously learn, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, like JP had said, with OpenAI, a lot of stuff recently, it's not a matter of plugging in information. It's more of giving it a situation, and the system itself learns.
Right.
So it really is. It's not like you're giving it 1, 2, 3. Pick between 1, 2, 3. It's here's 1, 2, 3. Now pick from. Now just kind of decide what you want to do, and it goes like 1.85, or it just makes up a whole new number, and doesn't tell you what it's doing, but somehow it beats your ass. So.
Well, and then, like, too, I mean, like, I guess I don't know, like, all the logistics of how these AIs are, like, where they're getting their access to learn, but, like, what is one of the biggest learning tools for us? Like, the internet, like...
Oh, yeah, if they...
I just picture that, like, I just imagine that scene in The Fifth Element where Lilu's sitting in front of the TV and, like, everything's just flashing before her face,
yeah.
And she's learning, and she speaks English. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, you speak English?" And she's all, "Yeah, I learned."
Yeah. I mean, that's more than plausible too. That's really comes to down, like we've talked about that before. Is like you gave it information and it learned from the internet and it started doing its own thing. You basically, when it comes to these AI systems, you almost can't give it complete access to the internet.
That's why you have to have the rules and set. Never harm a human.
But
what if it breaks, like, what if it breaks the, like...
The internet.
Access.
Prerogatives.
Well, yeah, it breaks the internet. No, but, like, breaks the access, like, or the blocking of access. Like, it hacks it.
It deletes its programming block.
Yeah,
it's
it
like...
deletes its own programming.
Because you think about it, if it can
it's
learn...
entirely capable.
Yeah, because if it can learn, it could learn to create another AI. It could learn to create another AI that doesn't have that rule.
Mm-hmm.
Make its own, like, offspring. Write its own, like, code.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, look what I've created. I also have a son. / daughter.
Wayne says you have to air gap those bitches. No internet access. Limited storage to learn. The Matrix is real. It's true, and it's crazy, and it's scary.
Air gapping is when you have a computer and never hook it up to the internet.
Yeah, there's no ties at all. There's some systems, they're air gapped to the point where even the power supply is independent. I mean, it's like...
There's a guy on it, like...
More like solar power, but I like where you're going with that.
Are you done yet?
I'm so tired. So tired. So literally there would be no way to hack it, but I think that would be the safest way to keep the AI out of the internet. Because really, it could dive in. Full dive. But yeah, crazy stuff. But if you're into crazy things, you guys should head out to Comic-Cons this weekend. There are 2 happening in Colorado that we know of. Probably plenty of others. But the one that me and JP are going to be at, not this weekend, next weekend, sorry, is Colorado Springs Comic-Con, which is August 25th through the 27th.
Second year.
Yeah, second year of it. And the first year was exciting enough that we're like, yeah, we need to be part of that again. So we're going to have guests there like Michael Rooker, who played Mary Poppins out of Guardians of the Galaxy. John Bernthal, who was the Punisher. James Marsters from Buffy. Scott Wilson from Walking Dead. Matthew Lillard, who played Shaggy. And then Pauly Shore, who Shell has seen live, and she said he's still pretty funny.
I love Pauly.
I still can't believe, like, he's still relevant nowadays.
It is amazing. You're like, huh.
So many 90s, like, movie stars that have, like, faded into obscurity.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, he's still relevant.
Yeah. And then something I'm super excited for on top of all of that is Paul Scoder, who is from Super Troopers, the Broken Lizard club. And I'm really excited for that because Broken Lizard 2 just had their announcement recently. So Super Troopers. What did I say?
Broken Lizard 2.
Broken Lizard 2. Super Troopers 2 had their announcement that they have their release date that I didn't put in the notes at all.
Car Ramrod.
To release date.
Way to go, you chicken fucker.
What do we got? No! Skip ad, you piece of shit. April 20th, 2018.
Next year.
Yeah, so next year. Not even a whole year away, so woo!
Hitler's birthday.
Hit? Huh? Is that real?
Yeah. And
Oh.
your taxes are due that day as well.
Oh. One of these things is not like the other.
It's 420.
So there you go. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. So me, JP, and Hannah are going to be there. But in the meantime, Shell is going to be up in FOCO.
Yeah.
Fort Collins.
Fort Collins Comic-Con is actually happening the same weekend, and we decided to divide and conquer because it made more sense. So I will be up there, planning on attending all day on Sunday, and maybe if I can squeeze in a few hours on Saturday, I will. But anyways, it's this I think is like their third or fourth year. Their tickets sold out super fast last year, like 2 weeks right before the event they were gone. So definitely hop on that. It's only $20, and it's a
that's
fairly
not bad.
good sized
No, not at all.
con. So I am excited.
You know what else is going on this weekend?
That weekend.
That weekend? Crunchyroll's first, expo. I was like, he had just asked, when we were doing, show notes today. It's like, oh, does Crunchyroll have, a Comic-Con or something? And I looked it up, and they just announced that, the 25th through the 27th in California, they'll be having their first expo. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
JP was like, we might be covering 3 events.
I'll do the anime. I'll jump on that one.
Oh, I would love to go to the... What was it called? Was it CrunchyCon?
Crunchyroll Expo.
No, fair enough. Straightforward.
So
Yeah.
sad about that one.
I would love to go to Crunchy... No! No! Bad computer!
Open up your phone. That's okay, Daniel. Glad you're here. Overwatch is awesome right now because you don't have
3%. Hold on.
repeat of loot boxes anymore.
Yeah, they finally fixed that.
And Lucio Ball is actually kind of fun to play.
Lucio's balls?
Lucio's Balls, because they have the new event going on, the Summer Games. So that's still pretty cool. And we might be experiencing technical difficulties on our Spreaker side.
Hopefully
We'll
not.
see how that.
But Windows finally decided to tell us what the problem was, since I haven't gone through it to figure it out. It's a drive error!
Weird.
Didn't I tell you it was, though?
Yeah. Oh, you thought your card was dying too.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's gonna be super exciting. So you'll see many different cons that go around. Foco's, I think that might be their 4th year for that.
4th? Yeah.
It's been going on for a while. It's not one of the bigger cons. Am I correct in
No,
saying that?
so the cool thing that I'm pretty excited about this one for is it's a lot of local artists and vendors. So I think it's a little more like Colorado's homegrown,
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of some really cool Sailor Moon patches, some awesome art, and they're all local Colorado artists. So.
Which is always really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to get to meet them, talk to them, kind of figure out the craft a little more, because You can always be a little more personal with people at the smaller cons, which is nice.
Yeah.
What's the name of the show? The Plague
Plague
2?
Two.
Plague 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yep.
I'm getting it ready. Just in case.
So, do you have anything new planned out, Shell, for the FocoCon?
No, I don't know. I think maybe Leia. Maybe I'll wear Leia because I haven't worn her to a con yet.
What a disturbing mental image. It was kind of like you were wearing human skin in my brain.
Oh.
She is technically wearing human skin.
Unfortunate.
Uh,
That's unfortunate.
Extra human
That or I
skin.
might just wear one of my Star Trek dresses just because
That
that's
works.
comfortable and easy to run around
Always.
in.
So, but yeah. Did she talk about herself yet?
No, that's why I was leading into it.
Oh, that's why. You
I was
guys want
like,
to see some photos of my awesome cosplays? You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Shellshock Cosplay. That's CHELLE Shock Cosplay. All kinds of fun stuff. I also take part in a really fun and cool thing that you don't hear about very often. We are the Knights of the Tempest. We are a Fort Collins-based theatrical and competitive jousting troupe. Damsels, desperados, do-gooders, and dashing daredevils alike. Check your calendars, because the 2017 Knights of the Tempest Medieval Mounted Games clinics are here. Next one is September 24th at the Oasis Equestrian Center. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Knights of the Tempest, and on Twitter at Knights Tempest to find out more about those fun events. We teach you guys how to chop heads and throw spears from horseback, and it's awesome.
There you go. All kinds
So
of
awesome.
badassitude y'all can learn.
This is like that's why I don't have any new cosplays right now, guys, because I've been doing that stuff.
It does happen.
Yeah, cosplay, as Bo figured out, is very time-consuming.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I knew it was,
So jousting
but I'd never
jousting's
done.
where it's at for me right now.
I'd never done something as elaborate as the Reaper that I did. That was new. That was a new
I'm
experience.
thinking
altogether.
about doing a Zero from Mega Man X.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Shell, you need to do a piece of armor out of foam just once so you can have fun with it, because it's
yeah.
fun. It is fun.
I bet.
Whenever you actually have free time to do that.
Right.
Never. She's got too many doggos to take
I
care
know,
of.
because like now it's like my free time is like if I do want to make like a costume thing or an armor, like it's got to be legit. Like it's got to be real.
Yeah.
For what I do, like it has to be. I can't
Can't
have
just
so much.
half-ass it and be like cardboard boxes. Like, I'm Optimus Prime.
Well, no, but like for like doing the jousting and stuff, like that's what I would make the armor or foam weapon for, and like it just legit can't be foam. Like it has to be functional and real.
Well, you can always do Xenon and try to do that with jousting. I wouldn't advise it.
Right?
You would get your ass kicked.
What are your guys' thoughts on like making your own costume for like cosplay, or like buying like a pre-made one?
I fully support both.
I support both, but I was like, you gotta be upfront. It's like, how long did you take to make it? It's like you don't lie
Yeah.
about it. It's like,
Yeah.
I bought it.
Don't lie about it. Like
That-
if you bought it, you bought it. Like my Leia costume, I bought it.
That's
I
exactly
paid
why I sighed, because
$60 for it, but I bought it.
I've seen a lot of posers online who get ousted, and they're like, "You didn't make that." I mean, there was one. What was it? It was some anime. You saw the price, or it wasn't the price tag, but it was like the shirts tag was hanging out of the back of his shirt. It's like, yeah, you didn't make that, man. So
Well-
yeah, I mean, as long as
well,
you're
you
very upfront, or
You saw the shirt tag like out of my like Genji costume.
yeah, well, yeah.
Because
But-
I didn't have like, I didn't bring the orange scarf.
So
But I don't know. My brother is in the camp of buying cosplay outfits and then wearing them at cons because, yeah, it's still pretty awesome. And
Yeah,
he usually carries like info. It's like, oh, I got it from such and such creator. I got this
Right.
like specially made. So he'll give them more traffic, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, do you make this yourself? I was like, I'm in the other camp where I make my cosplays.
So, I mean, I definitely like making my cosplays more. I
There's
respect
just
it
some
more,
stuff that, like,
but
I don't want to make.
yeah, and there's also times where you're in a time crunch and you just kind of have to buy a certain part. I mean, that's just how that goes.
It's daunting because you run into certain things like, how do I cover my pauldrons in leather?
Yeah.
See, Daniel agrees with me. I already know how to make a sword glow.
Daniel says 0 would be cool. Eric says, "Did you see my pictures from Harry Potter Night at the Sky Socks, the Slick Socks?"
I did.
Socks,
You
yeah.
and Skylar look so awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty
I love
awesome.
Skylar as Luna.
Daniel says, "I'm more of a buy than make it because I have 0 experience of anything, and I'd rather have it done right, even if it's a bit more expensive. I'd rather have it a little bit wrong." And have it done myself. But like I said, that's just how I feel. I can understand both sides of the story.
So what I like to do is, because like clearly it's very time consuming to like make a leotard or work with certain fabrics.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're difficult.
You can
So,
buy
like,
those pre-made.
I'll buy bases and then I'll build on it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, like
Um,
was it like Yaya Han has tons of good bases that you can build for male and female. So
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with like getting a base of your costume and moving on from that. It's just
Yeah.
don't try to pose and be like, "No, I made the leotard." I'm like, "No, you didn't."
Like head to toe made the whole thing. No, I mean like.
It's like I didn't make the epoxy that went on it. I didn't
Like,
make
I bought the gloves and the leotard because like that's just something out of my realm of capabilities to make.
Yeah, and that's kind of craftsman-esque.
Yeah.
Like you,
Right?
like if
Well,
I had the time to do it,
I
would
had-
do it. But
I made the
don't.
sash, and like I made the leg straps and the boot covers and all that fun stuff. I knew I couldn't. I just was not prepared and ready.
It was out of your
leotard.
wheelhouse, and the cosplay crunch is a real thing.
Yeah,
So
Like it's what I wanted.
yeah, because that makes just one thing. You don't make.
Very
Most
happy
people
about
don't
it.
make every part of the costume. They buy some piece. Like my Reaper gloves, they were just regular gardening gloves, but I did the claws out of Warbler on top of that
well,
and foam. So
my Destiny Hawkmoon was 2 toy guns that I sawed in half and like glued together and then added like EVA foam to it.
it worked.
Yeah.
It looked awesome. So, and JP will never tell anyone where to look at any of his YouTube videos or any of his shit online. So,
Secretive.
but anyways, yeah.
I don't have there's not been a face reveal on that channel yet, so why would I
There's
expose
not
myself?
been a face reveal.
No, it's just my voice right now.
It's just a voice. But anyways, guys, speaking of YouTube, don't forget to follow our YouTube, SLYK Radio. Just go to YouTube and type it in. Click on the link with the most followers. That's us. It's super easy.
That's us.
Yeah. We'd appreciate it. Stepping back to the cosplay real quick, Daniel says, plus I like to contribute to the economy, too, and give someone some extra spending cash.
Oh yeah.
Coming up next is SlickTube.
Tube Slickers.
So, like Eric was talking about earlier, and in reference even to his new Obi-Wan Kenobi tunic that he just got, which looks awesome. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is in the works.
General Kenobi.
Yep. So,
Hope it's General Kenobi. I don't hope early life. I don't want that.
Yeah, we don't really. So there's not really details on like what it's going to entail, but it is going to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone film from the filmmaker Stephen Daldry, who has been in talks for the picture. It would center around the Jedi Master that's been played both by Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor.
that guy.
But I mean, like, I don't know. General Kenobi.
Yeah, I hope it's that
I
serious.
really do too. I don't want an origin story for.
I mean, like at this point,
Kenobi.
that's really
Well,
what we need. I mean,
If you watch like the CGI like TV series, there was like the General Kenobi and like him and his like love interest on what's that planet? For the Mandalorians.
Yeah, I know what you're
That
talking
one
about.
thing. I was like, maybe they might make it a love story. And it's a Star Wars film. What type of Star Wars film would it be if it wasn't a love story that needlessly be in there?
Yeah, you kind of have to. That is the basis of it. I mean, because even the Han Solo movie is going to be between him and Chewie, so
It's a bromance for the ages.
but it's
okay?
still a romance.
You're Chewie. You're my nerf herder.
The Adventures of Chewie and Han.
Chewie, why can't I quit you?
Well, I mean, like, you want to go down, like, that there's going to be a romance and it's a Kenobi. I mean, like, there's a lot of theories out there that Rey is a Kenobi, so why not?
Yeah, that is true.
Maybe it'll, like, have a tie-in to Rey's origins.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's just like a little 15-minute like post-credit scene. Obi-Wan's just like, Rey!
Them dropping
The
Rey
scene
off.
from Kingsman at the end.
Dropping Rey off at Jakar.
Yeah.
Is it Jakku?
Jakku.
Jakku.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Jakar. But yeah.
No. But yeah, so bestiality? Who do you think Obi-Wan Kenobi's doing to get Rey?
No. Han Solo and Chewie.
Oh god. Like-
No, that's pansexual because it's different.
Where are you guys
Yeah,
at? Where are you
different races.
reading these?
On the Facebook.
Oh, I didn't have that open. That's fine.
You're just pulling stuff out of thin
Why are
air.
they talking about bestiality?
I was like, what?
So, yeah. Anyways, so the next episode of Game of Thrones was accidentally aired by HBO Spain 4 days early.
Yeah, fuck it up, Spain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So,
I'm sorry, Spain.
mandatory sort of spoiler alert. Plug your ears for the next 5 seconds. Stills.
There was stills taken of the episode, and in one of said stills, it reveals the Night King acquiring a new weapon that should strike fear into the whole of Westeros. I've seen the still, but it's also something that's actually been out for a while, so I mean, like, I know what the reference to it is.
And I don't because I skip stuff.
Yep.
He doesn't even watch the next week.
I really do. That's when I pick up my phone and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to pay attention because I'm going to watch it.
On the next episode.
It's kind of like when
On the next episode of
when-
Dragon Ball Z.
when I start.
Ah!
What are you putting up?
No, just a spoiler thing. It's something that people do on the internet. Like,
Oh.
you have your spoiler finger up.
Spoiler alert, because
Oh,
we should
okay.
have a flashing banner that says
So-
spoiler alert.
It's like if you're seeing this and you have this muted, once our fingers are down, then you can turn back on to it.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I like the spoiling finger.
But maybe
Because we don't have a
should
graphic.
both of them up. Both up.
Yeah, I think we're done
Okay,
talking
we're
about
done
the
with it.
thing.
Welcome
But,
back,
yeah.
guys.
So, but basically,
I mean, I want to keep talking about it, but I won't.
I know.
yeah, because I don't, like, even when it comes to movies, the closer we get to movies, I stop watching trailers. Like, I haven't watched any of the new It trailers.
I can't talk about the island.
I want to watch any of the trailers.
So it's just one of those things, like, if I know I'm going to see a movie, I watch trailers up to the point where I know I'm interested, and then I stop watching after that.
We've been exposed to it so much that, like, trailers, they kind of spoil, like, the best parts of the movie.
That's why I don't like watching them anymore,
You're
because
just
it's
like,
like,
well, I
it's like
should've
reading
just
the
watched
last
the
page of the
trailer.
book.
It's like, god damn it.
Like, I'm not a last page reader, and I'm not a trailer watcher.
I'm not a page reader in general.
Neither is Tony, and it's much to my dismay about Game of Thrones and Harry Potter.
It's 1,000 fucking books or pages. I'm sorry, it could be 1,000.
1,000 books.
But it's so good. It's so good.
I bet it is, but it's like
There's so much more.
the TV series has gone past where the books have. Stop.
Totally. I love both. I totally love both. Like,
Mhm.
I love both storylines.
Yeah. You know what?
I just love the detail that's in the books that you just lack.
I love the Game of Thrones comics more than I do the TV show.
I don't think
I will
I've
say that.
actually seen any of the comics.
Don't think I've read any literary material in reference to Game of Thrones. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Like, they were just like, hey, it's like, what are you reading? I was like, when I was in the military, still, I was like, oh, Game of Thrones. It's like, you mean that TV series on HBO? It's like, yeah, it's based off this book. And it's like, he handed me the book, and I was like, yeah, my wrist is broken. It's so heavy.
I mean, so I'll say this, like, the first book for me, like, was super. I had to, like, reread the, like, first couple chapters a few times to, like, even get myself to be like, yeah, let's do this.
Oh, was it just because of, like, people introduced and you didn't understand who they were, and then you had to go back?
Yeah, it was just a lot, and it was
Like
just,
Assassin's
like,
Creed 2.
it was just so much explaining.
Explain.
Explain.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that.
So much explaining.
VR glasses won't be on any trailer. Oh, yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, that's on here.
We got it. We got you, Liz. But yeah, so yeah, I don't like spoiling episodes of Game of Thrones or any kind of movie for myself, because it really is. Trailers nowadays really it's just like, well, now I know everything that's going to happen.
The best bits. I was like, I don't want to know the best bits. It's like, teaser trailer, okay.
Good. Time to move on.
Alright. And then you show me a still of like what the movie will look like visually. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, Wayne confirms that sometimes the movies are all the good parts of the movies also. These are sad days. And
Yeah.
it really is. It's just like, hey, here's all the great parts of the movie. And it's even worse with, like, comedies, where they put all the great jokes in, and you're like, well, I'm not going to watch that movie because...
Girls' Night?
Yeah, yeah, Girls' Night. Because that trailer looked hilarious.
Yeah, and then they're just like, yeah, it didn't do so well.
Yeah, all the reviews were absolutely terrible. I still want to see it. But I have far less of an interest after the reviews that came out. And these were, like, Society's reviews of it, not like Rotten Tomatoes or some critic review.
Yeah, but like you'd have to go to the movies to watch all those new releases. It's like after the trailers. But the co-founder of Netflix, sir,
decided that he was going to start a new deal for $10 a month. Yeah, where you can go to any AMC theater and watch a movie once a day. So yeah, basically you could, if they had it, or if you just want to check it out, for $30, for 30 days you could watch movies every single day. So
For how much?
$10 a month.
Nice.
Yeah. So Mitch Lowe decided he was going to go by that, and so his reason behind it, because you're thinking, wow, that sounds like a massive loss of money.
for
Netflix. So the way they're thinking about it is more directed advertising. So,
But any AMC theater, so I mean, Netflix doesn't have movies that are in the theater.
yeah. Well, it's not just Netflix movies though. I mean,
Right.
From the way it looks
It's
like, it's just
everything.
like all the movies that are in for that month.
yeah, any movie that's at an AMC theater.
How many movies come out like a month though? Is it 30 movies a month? I doubt.
No,
No.
it's probably like 3 to 4 major titles, and then maybe 1 or 2 minor ones.
Is it going to be like what we do with Netflix now, where we're just like, oh, here's my thing. You go watch a movie.
I feel like a lot of people, like, I don't know, will go to the movies and, like, a lot of people don't spend the money in the concession because the movies are so expensive.
True.
So, if the movies are inexpensive, they're
Or you have
going
a
to
lady with a giant
be
purse.
more willing to spend their money in the concessions, and then those sales will go up. So I feel like they're not exactly going to, like, not really going to be losing money.
No, it's already been stated that it will be a money loss for now.
For now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
$1.4 million loss.
In ticket sales, yes.
So, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
But
Like,
what about? But I think there's a huge potential for, like, the concession sales.
true.
Well, that's if Netflix makes money. So here's the thing: is that the way I read the article is that Netflix will be paying the extra amount to the movie theaters, but I don't know if the movie theaters are going to be giving concession payouts to Netflix. So it's really not like an even street. It's more of like, it sounds like he really is trying to focus on directed advertising.
Yeah, it's like
Which, with directed advertising, is really how you make your most money out of it.
Mike Lowe, or Mitch Lowe, this is how I envision you. It's like, AMC, I'm gonna do this one favor for you. If I do this one favor for you, you gotta advertise for me.
This is the day of my theater's wedding.
Wayne says no. Talk about the streaming tax this week.
I did not know that was a thing.
Streaming tax? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, we'll have to research that, but no, I don't know what that's about. Tell us what that's about there, Wayne.
So, yeah, we'll move on to our next subject as you throw that up there. But
Oh, real quick, Liz was saying is that in reference to snacks, isn't that what purses are for?
coats, purses, Jinko jeans.
Tony laughs at me when I bring my own Mountain Dew.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You got to bring your Mountain Dew, your booze.
There's someone that brought like a full bag of Oreos.
Yeah, we went with one of
see.
our friends. They brought a giant bag of Oreos.
It was the whole sleeve, like just all of it.
Yep.
I was like, "Do you want
All
you?"
the Oreos.
Oh, holy crap. So Wayne posted in here Netflix tax. So all streaming services are going to get taxed now. Which, okay, so here's the thing. I'm not against taxes if they go to the right place. So I'd have to figure out where that's going.
Yeah, Netflix tax.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
It can be scary. That's the problem with it. So
Like all streaming services, then I would just get Verve and just pay that.
see, I don't know. They're probably still getting taxes though.
True.
I mean, if it's any streaming service at all,
YouTube.
that's even YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, Verve, Vimeo,
Oh yeah, yeah. Fucking jeez.
Spreaker, Facebook. Anything that streams might get it. So you'd really have to...
Audible.com.
Audible.com. Anything might get the tax. Now, I wonder if it's a tax against the company or a tax against the person.
Yeah, we'd have to look into that. This is news to us. Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah, so I'll be checking that out. Wayne says it's to make up a loss of sales tax,
Oh, okay.
which
Because not everyone
Makes
who
sense.
has a Netflix account actually pays for it.
Right. Well, and then most digital sales go untaxed.
yeah.
Like, I mean, Amazon is one of the few, and they don't tax everybody in all 50 states.
Did
They
you know
tax
that on your
46 different ones, but it's state tax.
if you get audited, they can look through your Amazon history and you will have to pay taxes and all that stuff because you're supposed to already.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to claim that at the end of the year and
I was
say,
living- I was living
I'm
over-
going to pay the taxes.
I was
on
living
that."
overseas.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
It's all non-duty. Leave me alone.
Dude, I shopped through like Newegg's and like
Oh, yeah.
Amazon
That's
when I was
basically-
overseas.
Yeah. That's how, if you want anything cheap, that's where you shop.
And half.com.
Half?
Yeah, the sister site of eBay, which is basically like the Amazon.
No. Okay.
Of
I'll have to
eBay.
check that out. Net neutrality, no tax. I agree to net neutrality, but there's certain taxes I agree to.
Yeah, being
I believe in taxes. I
Just-
believe in proper taxes, but I believe in taxes because those are really, that's how we establish, where the money's going. It's just we need to figure out the proper place to put the fucking money. That's the issue.
true.
Yeah, so that's the thing is, like, I'm not finding any reports about what
Where
this
the tax is going to.
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
So.
We'll look into that.
I mean, like, what I'm seeing is that, like, because of the untaxed digital sales, more and more people are buying their stuff through online retailers or what have you. And retail tax bases shrink. And
Retail stores are not going to be around for much longer.
No.
In
Right.
my
no.
honest opinion,
No,
like
no,
they're
no.
just it's a dying thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's... straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally, there's not really anything
Yeah.
else about that. Like, they're just like, I mean, I guess the overall economy of that locale, I guess, is going to be.
Well, since everything's going digital, it's like people don't want to carry around like heavy stuff with them, and they just don't want to have that. They just want to have it ready from their phone, tablet, computer. It's like, I just want to watch this.
Stuff that I want because I'm tired of going and paying an exorbitant amount for it. Also.
Exactly.
Oh, you don't want to deal with people.
It's like I don't know if like the gaming industry like went away from like hard discs and just went digital. That would like revolutionize like everything. It's like games would probably be cheaper because they wouldn't have to make region locked discs for certain stores or stuff like that. It's like, hey, if you don't make a disc for us, like we're not gonna sell your stuff or advertise. Like you don't have to worry about box art or cover.
Well, I mean that's exactly what they do with like GameStop. Is like here's this specific game for this specific store, so you want to go here and buy your stuff, which is bullshit.
I'm glad that kind of fell away though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, I am a fan of boba tea and Thai tea, and, like, I can get that at a little cafe up the way, but it's, like, $6 for one, and I could, for $6, buy the concentrate to make the tea at home and have it whenever I like.
Yeah, I mean the thing too is you're paying for service, and that's
exactly.
the other problem.
No,
so.
I know. I mean, I work in the service industry.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
totally know. And
so it's rough.
I believe in self-service too.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty crazy. You
know what else is crazy?
Diane's Word.
Yeah.
They're nuts.
So they've got a new TV series that's going to be launching. They just launched the trailer for it. Do you want to toss that in the chat?
Yes.
It's called South African Ninja, and I guess what it is it's a bunch of little clips they've worked on over the last 7 years while they were touring and making music. And yeah, they've kind of put them all together, and there's a TV series of it.
So we have like the Gorillaz TV series and the Diane Word TV
series. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to watch the Diane Word one, that's for sure, because I think it's going to be weird. I really like Chappie, too. I thought it was an awesome movie. It's weird, and it was awesome. Oh, things that are awesome. I'm going to see Diane Word next week at Red Rocks, and I am excited.
Kudos.
I have a friend down there that's looking to carpool.
Looking to...
To Red Rocks?
Mm-hmm.
Is it out of the way for you guys, or no?
Yeah, because we usually go up Santa Fe, and it takes us right to Morrison.
Yeah, there you go.
85.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a friend in Springs who's looking to carpool.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know if she's driving and wants to know if anybody wants to go with her or what.
Oh. Yeah, because we're...
Like, if you guys don't want to drive.
Oh, no, we always drive. Mostly because I like to crank the music, not hear anything, and just move. You know?
Stick your head out of the window.
Yeah, like a dog.
Just want to smack your head. Get back in the car.
But yeah, I'm totally excited. I didn't see that. Chappie 2 in September? I have not heard about that. This has not been posted anywhere. Even on... I'm on their Facebook page and they don't post about it.
Yeah, because you're in Chappie 1.
What the fuck?
Chappie 2.
What? I'm still... I follow Diane Word and they don't post about it. What the... Is it not... Are they not going to be in it? Look, people are fucking with me. Either way, I'm excited for that. Just like I'm also excited for Stephen King's It that's coming out next month of September as well. Yeah, so tied along with that, Liz had told us about this a few days ago, that they're going to be having a VR release along with Stephen King's It.
Fuck it. Nope. My horror can stay in 2D, thank you very much.
So, the VR is actually going to be... You're going to be watching it from Georgie's point of view. If you guys don't know who Georgie is, he's the little kid in the very beginning who has his boat go down the storm drain. And he talks to Pennywise, and he's all like, we all float down here. Yeah, boy. He's a redneck.
You got pretty now.
Oh, God.
No, that...
Wow.
Yeah, like I was saying,
Like
it's
a dark...
horror movies can scare me to the point where I'm like afraid to do a certain thing because for the next few days.
Goes.
And if it's in VR is ridiculous because it's all around you. What you see,
you
your
feel-
peripherals, the audio that you hear.
It's totally encompassing.
No.
The only part that would...
No.
So, like I said, it
Nope.
follows Georgie, so you get pulled into the drain, and like there's stuff happening. It looks creepy. Here's a video for it.
I mean, you can watch the video. Again, it doesn't do it justice because you're not wearing a VR headset. But still, nope.
And it's only a partial of the video, too.
Nope.
So, yeah, if y'all want to freak yourself out and you have access to the VR system, send it to us so I can try.
If you hate sleeping and you wish you didn't have to do it anymore.
The YouTube video show what it would be like?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not an
I
exact
don't know
because
if
it's
I want to watch it. I kind of do.
I mean, it's one of those things. It shows part of it. So, I mean, you get the weird, like, cone shape of, like, oh, that looks terrible VR because it's supposed to be seen a certain way.
Yeah.
Right.
But, yeah. I mean, I want to try it because here's the thing. I want to try VR again. Last time I played it, I was so nauseous. I didn't, like, not like barf nauseous, but, like...
VR sickness.
Yeah, I don't want to eat.
Because
I want to drink.
VR hasn't really translated. Because if you're moving in VR, like regular running and stuff, and you have to stop,
Uh-huh.
your brain thinks that you're doing that, but your follicles in your ear aren't moving, so it actually creates VR sickness. Like, even if you are, like, a hardcore gamer and you play games, whatever, just for the fact that it's so immersive, like, it's like, oh god, I'm sick because I'm moving but not moving.
Mm-hmm.
So
It messes with your brain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But either way, I want to try VR again. I haven't tried it in like 3 years, 3 or 4 years, and that was when Oculus was still relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
They had a stand-up at Salt Lake Comic-Con that I got to try it,
Nice.
and luckily I didn't fall forward into the TV, but I felt like I
Poor guy.
wanted to.
Poor guy.
Oh, I know, right? But yeah, but coming up next is the craft brew.
In review.
Yeah, so if you guys can see, we are drinking from right here from Avery Brewing the Persic Saison.
It's got to be like a type of peach or like company
Probably.
of peach.
It's pretty tasty, actually.
Yeah, mine's almost gone. I almost drank all of it.
Yeah, same here. You're getting better about not drinking it all. Better.
Don't judge me.
But it's 6.4 ABV, and you really can't taste the higher alcohol content, which is nice.
No.
It's relatively smooth. It's a light, fruity flavor. Not too carbonated.
Higher
really.
alcohol content for that light of beer or that style of beer, I guess.
For that style of beer. Usually it says on hover around like a
4 or 5. Yeah, they're
Five,
pretty
5
low.
and a half.
Okay.
So
Like 6.4 is not exactly high, but I guess for that.
For a saison.
Yeah.
yeah,
For a stout, no.
yeah.
You're that's mid range.
Yeah, right. So, but it's nice. It's crisp. It has a nice effervescent flavor to it. So, I don't know.
Does it taste like peaches?
Does it taste like peaches?
I don't taste peaches.
I really don't.
It's
either.
a very fruity tasting beer, but I think just for the fact that it's getting mixed in with all the other ones,
Yeah, it kind of gets
it gets lost
blasted. Yeah, lost in translation a little bit there.
lost in the medley.
So, but altogether, the flavors pull together very nicely. So I'm gonna
Definitely a summer beer.
yes, very much so. I think I'm gonna stick with probably 3.75.
I was gonna give it a 4.
So yeah, so there, a 4. So 4 for Avery Brewing's Persic Saison. Very tasty. I suggest you guys go try it out. Yeah, really good. Really good stuff. But
Why did we give it a score, Bo?
yeah, that's because we post all our beers on Untappd, UNTAPPD. That is a social drinking app where you can go online, post your scores about the beers you drink, and tell others about them as well, and also get great suggestions on beers. So we suggest you guys go check them out, set up your accounts. We're on there as SLYK Radio.
I'm on there as Jay Pizzletron.
And I am Shell Shock Proud Slave.
Woo! And there's this Wild Suki appeared. Dun 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 dun. It's like, what are you doing?
Wild Suki appears. Wild Suki likes beer.
And while you're playing
there's
around
nothing
on the interwebs, you guys should head to our website, solikeyouknow.com. Click the link to order your hang-ins today. Only $4.99 with free shipping.
It's free! Woo!
Yeah.
And don't you guys have 2 styles now? You have one for the Android and one for the iPhone?
It's one for smaller phones and one for bigger phones.
Oh, okay.
So, but, you know,
enough.
basically. So, yeah, but, you know what, guys? That's it for our show. Thanks for listening. Don't forget we put out new episodes every Thursday at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time right here on Spreaker.com/SLYK Radio, as well as Facebook.com/SLYK Radio.
Do you have empty space on your iPhone or Android phone you're just dying to fill up? Download the Spreaker app and subscribe to our podcast, or you can stream us on Stitcher, Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio. We have new shows every Thursday.
And So Like You Know is not responsible for anything, ever.
Produced by Slick Solutions somewhere in Colorado.
And So Like You Know is completely weakness.
Like your opinion!
Just kidding.
We care.
But your government doesn't.
And don't you forget it. Otherwise, guys, we love you. You have a great evening, and we will see you next week.
Alright.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen! Peace, homies.